Could the key to a successful treatment for coronavirus come from the people who have already been infected and since recovered? A new trial is underway right now testing that antibody cocktail, you might call it. The hope is now for the medicine to work alongside vaccines. Let's go to CNN senior medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen for more. So I mean, a remarkable idea here. Go to folks who've already recovered and sort of use their immune response to help others. How would it work?
And there's actually an added layer to that, Jim. What they do is they try to cull the most powerful antibodies. So you're not giving, all antibodies are not created equal. You cull the strongest ones. And right now what they're doing is they're testing out these drugs in thousands of people. Just 4 months after his wedding, George Burnt, a nurse, caught coronavirus from a patient. Then George infected his wife, Jennifer.
The headache and the severe fatigue. I was sleeping about 16 hours a day.
Jennifer, who's also a nurse, heard from a colleague about an experimental drug for people with COVID-19. It contains neutralizing antibodies made by people who've recovered, and hopefully those antibodies will block the virus from entering cells. Jennifer received an infusion like this. She might have received the drug, or she might have received a placebo, which does nothing. Either way,
I did feel better within a couple of days, like wanted to go back to work within a couple of days.
Since the U.S. is still at least months away from a vaccine, doctors are on the hunt for an effective treatment to bridge the gap. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease doctor, says he's cautiously optimistic about antibody drugs, especially since they worked well against Ebola.
I think there's a reasonably good chance that they will turn out to be very much value added to our armamentarium.
The federal government awarded Regeneron, which made the drug being used in Jennifer's study, $450 million to fast-track its development and manufacturing.
And they say they could have up to 70 to 300,000 vials of this by the end of the summer or early fall.
Dr. Anita Coley, who's running Jennifer's clinical trial in Arizona, says they've been overwhelmed with calls from people who want to take part in the study.
These trials will hopefully enroll quickly, and that we'll get this data, the data on these drugs to show whether they're effective or not.
Jennifer didn't hesitate to join the clinical trial. She takes care of patients who have cancer, their immune systems weak from chemotherapy.
I've seen people sick from this virus. I've had a friend struggle for his life with this virus. I've had patients in the hospital who are scared because their family can't be there at an awful time in their life.
It sounds like you're doing this for your patients.
It seemed like an easy decision to me.
An easy decision she hopes might help to change the outlook for this pandemic. Now, you'll notice that Jennifer actually was sick. She actually had COVID and was very ill. They're also trying out this drug, Jim, for people who are not yet infected or sick to see if it will prevent coronavirus. Jim?
Some promise there, and it's good to hear. Elizabeth Cohen, thanks for staying on top of it.